And we are live. Jess Rosser's in the house.
Woo, 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 woo.
How are you doing, Jess?
Good. How are you?
Good?
Guys?
Excited? You nervous?
No,
Exciting! So, for those of you who don't know, Jess plays for myself at Ash. She is Danny's teammate, and she is one of Danny's best mates.
Yup.
Is she best mate?
We putting you up there? Go on, let's go. No, you.
God, this is brilliant.
This
This is my first question.
Put me on the spot straight away.
Yeah,
No, you've been through a lot with me, so I see. Yeah.
Good. So on this pod today, we're going to go into Jess in her degree, how she come to Ash, how she's there for Danny, and about Jess playing the FA Cup as well. She's played FA Cup, right?
Yeah, not that I don't mention it.
Not that you don't mention it at all. But there is a couple of things. So I know there's a little game going on at the moment. I haven't noticed it, but people have. Apparently, Jess Rosser gets mentioned more than any other person in the post. Am I right? Rebecca said how many? 11. 11 times you've been mentioned in the pod, apparently, between now and when we started. So it's only right we get you on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Danny's got to lead it off, being the best mate. You're going to take the lead on this. Crack on, Dan.
So let's start from when you started women's football.
Women's football.
From when, like, 18.
So I played for the under-18s at Fleet Town Women, I suppose. So
Everyone goes through Fleet, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I went through all the age groups pretty much at Fleet. And I started playing women's football my second year of under-18s. So I did 1 year of under-18s and then went to the women's team. And I was the only one that went up at Merlin.
Was there much of a transition from under-18s to women's football? Was there a big jump, big leap, or was it kind of standard for yourself to do it?
Well, I would say I'm more a physical player anyway, so the physicality was not really a problem for me. What was a problem was more of getting the game time, because obviously you're going from playing each week at the under-18s to then going a step up with other people that played with before. So I was sat on the bench for a bit.
Was
But
that
I
only
got
like
my
time?
I know.
Was there only
Go on, you say it.
What, a certain amount of time you could play from? Because you obviously went from the under-18s, but you also played for the women's at the same time.
Yeah, so there's the rule, isn't there, that you can't...
The 120 rule.
Yeah. Oh,
is it the 120?
Yeah.
Oh, so I played under-18s. If I played 90 minutes with the under-18s and I went to play with the women's, I could only play 30 minutes. You can only play 120 minutes in a day, I think that was. It was one of the
Not a
rules.
lot of people know that.
I didn't know that.
Safeguarding the player as well, being an
Yeah.
under-18 coming through. I was there playing 90 in the morning, 90 in the afternoon. It's a lot to take on.
Yeah, so that's what the women's manager said. So sometimes I'd only get half an hour. But obviously I was there to help out, because if they needed players, I would go. Or just for more experience, really, getting into the women's team whilst you're still at the under-18s is a good stepping stone.
So you're at Fleet.
Yeah.
You've done a season and a half at Fleet, 2 seasons at Fleet.
Yeah, 2 seasons, I think it was.
And where was your next step?
I went to uni.
Oh,
No.
okay, you went to uni. Come on, get to it. Go on in. Well, you went to uni.
Yeah, and then the Fleet managers went to Bagshot Lee. And took some of the players with them. So then I didn't really have a team.
Yeah.
So one of my teammates actually at Fleet said, Ash Women are starting a team.
Oh,
she lives in the area.
Yeah.
So we came to training with each other. Actually, I think I came to a friendly first.
What, to play?
Yeah, I didn't even come to training first. We played Aldershot Boys and Girls.
Oh, yes, we did. We
Yeah.
won. Yeah. Remember that one.
And was it your goalkeeper at the time fell ill or something?
Yes, Lily Carroll. Yeah.
So I said that I'll play in goal because I played in goal recently, and you were like, really? And I was like, yeah. But yeah, I played half in goal, and then the other half you played me at right back.
Okay. So what made you come to Ash? Was it the great management team? I can assume that would be superb.
I think personally it was probably because the Fleet managers left, and I hadn't really had the whole year with them because I'd been to uni, so I didn't have the new team that was coming to Fleet. I think they came from Epsom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're young
I
now.
did-
They're
yeah,
really
yeah.
young.
Yeah.
This is a time we've mentioned this before. This is a time before Farnham, before
Yeah.
Aldershot,
Mhm.
before Meadow Sports were coming as a
Yeah.
women's team as well. So there wasn't too much choice in the area.
How did you
What
hear
it is
about
now.
Ash?
Emma Hamer
Oh.
told me about
Who now
Ash.
plays for Heartlands. in the
Yeah,
same
we went to
league,
college
yeah.
with her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she was the year below us at
Mhm.
college, and
Yeah.
I played with her at Fleet.
So bearing in mind we just touched on you're doing a degree at Brighton University. Did you still manage to find time to want to play football? Was that a key part of it? Do you need to have that release
And when I started on first year, I didn't play football. I went to the trials at Brighton for the women's team, but it wasn't really something that I was really interested in doing. I know loads of people like thrive from playing sport at uni, but I was more focused on my degree and going out partying and having fun with my
Okay.
friends.
So what's for the people who don't know, what is your degree? What are you studying? Tell us.
Well, do you want to talk the whole
Do
term?
the long term.
Okay, I don't want to get this wrong.
Show off for a little bit.
I think so. BA Hons in physical education with QTS. QTS is qualified teacher status.
You can explain that to me later.
Yeah.
What it basically is.
Well, it just sounds like a load of words.
Yeah, I
So
cannot add up
PE
for it.
teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, PE teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of them at school. Okay. And how far are you into that now?
I'm in my third year.
So you're near enough done.
Yeah, finish in June.
Okay, so
6 months.
so you obviously you weren't playing the first year then, so you found time to balance it with Ash and playing and doing a degree as well.
Yeah, so in our second and third year on my course at Brighton, we do half a year of placement. So when I joined Ash, I was on placement and I was only in placement in Ascot. So I would do Monday to Friday at Ascot, and then obviously I'm living at home in them times. So I had time to play football at the weekends and go to training. And obviously then when I went back to uni in, I think it was the start of Feb, that's when it came, I would come back if I could, or if needed players, which you obviously know about.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
are you
we'll touch
going
on
back
that.
to do more placement?
Yeah, so I'm at uni now until the end of Jan actually, and then we go on placement from February to June.
You're
so it's the
excited?
other half of the year. Yeah, I'm so excited.
What are you looking forward to the most?
It's a different experience because when I was on placement first, I was in Ascot, and it was a private school. So the kids were really well behaved. But the school I'm going to this time around, I already know one of the PE teachers that work there because I played with her already. And she said it's more of a challenging school. It's not like your usual. She's like, it's more challenging compared to the private school. I think she was trying to say but I grew up in a school that was the same kind of thing. So
does that excite you, the challenge of that?
Yeah, because it's more of it's completely different experience to have. One is more like it's easier placement to start off with. I want to say, I don't want to say it was an easy experience.
Yeah.
The placement with the kids were brilliant. So they
You
made
have a
my
challenge.
time. Yeah, so a bit of a challenge, more like behaviour management will come into this placement, I think, which will really test me. But I think it'll be.
You got your teacher face.
Yeah, don't get on the
Teacher
wrong
stare.
side of
Yeah,
this.
the teacher stare.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So while we're in the degree, then we've had a question that come in from Grace Kircher, who you're doing at Brighton. You play for Ash. The question was, what inspired you to be a PE teacher?
To be honest with you, starting off, I didn't want to be a PE teacher.
Oh, great start.
No.
Great start.
It wasn't something that I really aspired to do in my career. I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I was at school. I just knew I wanted to do something within sport. So we went to college. Me and Danni went to college with each other, and what did we do? Sport and exercise science.
Sport and exercise science.
Yeah. At Farnborough Tech for 2 years.
No teaching was in that though.
No, there was a coaching module.
Yeah.
But it was literally
more.
like 2 weeks long.
Yeah. So I'm surprised you go, I really want to be a PE teacher.
Yeah. But I wanted to be a physio to start off with.
That you did.
Yeah. And we did a sports massage module, and it wasn't really for me. I like being on the massage.
No,
You like being
stories on this. So
we'd have we'd come into college for an hour, 2 hours maybe, and we'd just get a massage, like a sports massage. And I'd be like, who wants to go first? Me or you?
I would always be laying down first to get the massage. And Danni did a great massage on me.
I'm
And
glad
then
I'm paying for this.
then we had to swap over, and I was like,
She fell asleep.
No, okay.
Fully fell asleep. I'm like, Jess, time to wake up. And she goes, I just dribbled.
yeah. Because I was just like.
These are the stories that people are tuning in for that did not know what was going on between you two at college.
And then we'd swap over and I'd massage Danni, but I was just
so
bored because I was so relaxed
bored. I'm like,
her massage.
Jess, you might as well just stop.
Yeah,
You're not doing anything, right?
Yeah, I was really bored of it.
So, you're doing PE then.
Yeah, then I chose PE teaching.
How important, we touched on this in another pod, how important is PE in the schools? And how do you engage kids that maybe don't want to do PE?
I think PE is really important in schools. It's the only subject that involves, like, in core PE, there's no written work. So from year 7 to year 9, it's just go outdoors, have fun.
I loved it.
And people must think
It's
PE
not for
teachers
everyone.
have it easy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a misconception. There was like PE teachers just put
Just
on a
stand with a
lesson.
whistle, don't they?
Yeah,
Throw
they
it.
just.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
big thing that goes around.
Yeah, a load of people think that, but yeah, I get that you have 3 years, year 7, 8 and year 9 that you don't have to do any marking for. But year 10 and year 11 at Key Stage 4, there's a lot of content to be taught in space of 2 years, because obviously science, for example, you learn it from year 7 to year 11, whereas PE, the written work, you're only learning from
So you're
year 10
cramming
and
it into
year
2
Yeah,
years.
It's only 2 years. Some schools will extend it and it'll be a 3-year course. It depends on the school, what they choose, if they choose a GCSE or they choose BTEC.
So that's what gave me my question. Is PE mandatory in schools from years 10 to 11? Is it a choice?
So it's not mandatory in every school. It depending on what the school choose. So some schools will be like, yeah, it's mandatory. Everyone's got to take GCSE PE, or they'll be like, oh, you can choose between GCSE PE or BTEC. But is that a choice if you're making them choose between the two? That's always what I say.
But isn't
You're saying you have to do one or the other, so it's not really a choice.
Yeah,
you're,
and then
you're narrowing down the choice, but it's not
yeah,
really a
because
choice.
normal like PE is what, year 7 to 9.
Yeah,
7,
so
8,
core
9,
PE,
Yeah, core PE.
the whole year groups get core PE, so year 7, 8,
And it's
9,
only like
10,
once a
11.
week.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah,
it's
twice.
2 hours of core PE a week, and then if you take GCSE, it's 3 hours PE a week. But obviously, it's a choice. Some schools, like when I was at school, you didn't have to take GCSE PE. You could do it, or you didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
was
didn't.
the
I'm
same.
old. I'm an old man now. Yeah, we didn't have to do that either.
Yeah, obviously I took it.
So with then, you obviously the way the world is, you got kids that maybe don't want to do physical activities. They don't want to be getting involved in team sports for whatever reasons. How do you make sure you make a session adaptable for everyone to be included?
In PE, I always say this: PE is more for physical activity, whereas sport is where the teachers become coaches. So teachers teach physical activity, coaches coach sports.
Okay.
So to make it more engaging, I'd say less competitive. Not everyone loves it being competitive. Some do, some don't. But also the activities don't have to be sports. It can be team building activities that everyone finds, like Human Knot, for example. We still play that to this day
What's
at uni.
that? Human Knot?
Yeah, Human Knot.
Is that a drink game?
I don't know what that
So
is.
there's like a group of people, you stand in a circle, you put your arms in the circle, and you grab people's arms opposite you, but 2 different people's arms, and then you're all in like a knot, and then you've got to unravel yourself without taking each other.
Changing toes
We
at
should do
school.
this at Ash.
It's changing toes at school, I tell you.
There's loads of things, or there's like tic-tac-toe, like noughts and crosses, like different games that engage kids that they don't have to.
So it's not like football, basketball, things
because
like that.
obviously if you're doing football with your class, there's one that they're the best footballer. But in like team building activities, there's no clear they're better than me. It's just like luck who gets to put the bib down first. Tic-tac-toe, for example. Yeah,
because I suppose when I was at school, we'd have 30 lads. Some would be very good, some wouldn't be, and everyone just played against each other.
Yeah.
And you'd sort of, and back in the day, you'd pick teams, and you get the same few kids that were like,
number
things
king
would
or
change
whatever.
now.
Sometimes to split the groups up, I'll go get into pairs. So obviously, like me and Danny, we're friends. We'd go with each other. You'd go with your friend, and then I'd say, whatever friend you've got over there. And then I'd say, number yourselves 1 and 2. So if I number myself 1, Danny's 2, you're 1, and your friend's 2. Then I'll go all the 2s together and all the 1s together.
Okay.
So then it splits you and your friend up. Sometimes the kids do catch on. So then you've got
then they go.
then they go with their person who's not their friend.
Yeah.
Well, what number are you? But sometimes there's different ways to do it. Or you have like 2 team captains and you go, right, pick 2 people for each. Then there's 3 on each team, and then you go and split the group.
Yeah.
Splitting the groups as a teacher's that like into teams is the most important part that either makes or breaks a lesson, I think.
See, I wouldn't think that,
Because if one team, they've all your friends are on it, and all the football team are on one team, and then the others are together, realistically, we all know who's going to win.
Yeah.
So the splitting into teams is the most important part. Sometimes I do a little challenge throughout the lesson to see who will be the team captain, for example. Something so the kids can work towards the end of the game at the end.
Yeah, I think it's also good to have so many options of sports, because when I was at school, it's always like football, netball, basketball, literally just those two.
Yeah.
The girls
we
did,
didn't have many at all.
the girls
We did
did-
trampoline in the winter.
There's a lot
That's
of
true.
boys will do rugby and football, and girls will do
Yeah.
netball and hockey.
Yeah, like
There's
all the
a
girls
lot of
did
it.
netball at school, and
Like
I'd
when
be
do you get dance? Boys doing dance?
never.
No.
It's
Never.
not a thing.
So that's brilliant. We've just gone into this way because I was going to ask you, how much is the curriculum changing for kids or females in regards to when I was at school, which wasn't long ago. There wasn't a lot of females at all. I don't think anyone plays football as female.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that's now been introduced into the curriculum for girls to have that opportunity?
Yeah. So the NCPE, which is the National Curriculum for PE, set out.
She's good, this girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Good.
They have a curriculum for PE, and they give it. Obviously, everyone will know it. As teachers, you should know your curriculum, and you go by it. So some of it is very broad. It's very, very broad. So it'd be like you have to do an outdoor adventurous activity. You must complete one of them. You could do one lesson and then that's it, ticked off. It doesn't have to be a whole scheme of work, which is the bit that everyone's like, oh yeah, that's done.
Yeah.
They'll just put it aside because it's not a sport, it's an activity. But yeah, it's changing a lot. When I was on placement, loads of girls played football, which is what not seen when we were at school. I was the
Really?
only,
Even
Yeah.
then, 3 or 4 years ago?
It was just me.
I was the only girl in my year that played football. 2 girls a year above me played football. In my school, I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
other schools, there was obviously other girls, but in my school, I was the only girl in my year that played football for a team.
So we're still talking then really the transition of football becoming popular with females is only the last 3 to 4 years. Is it the Lionesses obviously winning, things like that, but we're still very early in the stage of that.
Yeah, well, growing up, we didn't really go to watch any
No,
female.
like when you say,
footballers.
"Oh, what's a role model for us?"
We don't
I don't have one.
I wouldn't have a female
When
role
growing
model
up.
growing up because
No.
I feel like they only really got big when we were halfway through our secondary school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it's an up and coming thing. It's still new. Like even though they're selling out loads of stadiums, it's still very new to the women's game, football.
Yeah, like everyone's going, "Wow, look at the crowd!"
Yeah.
Like that's how
I'm
new-
still like so shocked because I remember going to one of my first games and there was like 4,000 people there, and that
Yeah.
was like wow.
Yeah.
When
Well, we was
there.
all at the England game, the
Yeah.
England-China game together, and I think it was 78,000 people there, which
Mhm.
for a female game at Wembley just shows how it's coming on.
Yeah.
But what I noticed, I'm dying. What I noticed at the game was it wasn't just female young girls; there was young boys there as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
open to everyone to go and watch now.
Yeah, like my dad and brother, they came with us. Too.
Yeah.
Like they love it just as much as not that they would say they do, but they would still come. They still come. Like my dad and my mum come to every single game that I play.
Yes,
like,
they do.
They have done since
Yeah.
I started playing football. Like it's more like when we were younger, my brother would play Saturday, I would play Sunday, and it used to be like a family thing that we would go to my brother's
That's
game on
nice.
Saturday and Sunday was my game. Like,
Yeah.
it used to just be a thing. Whereas, so they love coming. Like I'm always like, oh, can we go to this game? And Dad's like, yeah, and we book it. Mainly because I want him to pay for tickets, but
Okay. yeah. Well, okay. So you're doing your P, but also you've got a little side hustle going, right? Where you're doing your football coaching. Yeah,
Oh.
your football coaching. Yeah.
but what's my
You've got your side hustle going. But tell us about your coaching. How did you get involved into coaching first of all? I think you mentioned Rebecca Wildcats was a thing.
Yeah, so at Fleet, there's Fleet have a Fleet Wildcats. So it's a
Did
scheme.
you play there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I played at a Wildcats when I first
you?
started.
I
playing
don't. I didn't know about Wildcats
It was-
until you started
It was
coaching.
Rushmore Community I went to. I don't know if it was strictly called Wildcats, but I used to do that when I was in
I see the
school.
banners for it all the time now, though. Like
Yeah,
the
all the
Wildcats
time.
round.
Yeah, there's Rushmore Community have
Was that just
Yeah.
for girls or
Yeah,
boys as well? Just girls.
Just girls. So I started doing that in 2022. My manager at the time at Fleet, he said that one of the coaches was leaving and he needed someone to step up and take like more of the admin role. And he knew that's the kind of route that I wanted to go down at the time. Once I decided I wanted to be a PE teacher, he was like, "Okay, do you want to start like building up more of a portfolio for myself, doing coaching?" And it also kept me within the club as well. So I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I started doing that in June of 22, and I'm still doing it now. Now I'm at uni, I do more of just the admin than I do the coaching. But yeah, every Friday for I think it was like a year,
Yeah, I
2
remember.
years, I was coaching.
I'm off now.
Yeah.
Gonna go and do
Yeah.
my coaching.
Yeah.
What did you get from that as a personal experience coaching?
So when I first started, obviously I was very nervous, and it was more one of the other coaches, Jess. Funny enough, it was easy for the kids. Jess one, Jess two. she really helped me, and she would take more of the sessions, and I would just kind of sit back and kind of observe. And
But
then,
it's daunting to go into something.
yeah, even though they're younger,
That's-
like
yeah.
the kids are really young. Like the oldest that we normally have is like 8 or 9. So they're not old kids, but it's more of the fact of I'm doing something I've never done before. So it was a bit daunting, but I loved it. Obviously, I loved it. I'm still doing it now, and like that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to be a PE teacher, because I started doing the coaching, and I was like, I can be more than just football.
Mhm.
And obviously, I like sports as well, so that's what kind of grew. me
Do you
to be a PE teacher.
prefer coaching than playing? Like,
That's a big question.
no, I mean like because you love coaching, but
Yeah.
you also love football. Is there sometimes you're like, oh, I prefer coaching in this day than I do playing?
I feel like coaching young kids, so the 5 to 9-year-olds that I do now, is completely different than teaching the women's
Yeah.
team.
Mhm.
So I've started helping Blaine out with some coaching ideas and things like that.
You've done more than that, to be fair. You took a session last night, excuse me, which you led, and you started doing your online,
Yeah.
and you're working towards your level 1,
Yeah.
and you're coming as a player coach. And for me, when we spoke about it towards the end of the year, I think it's about November time,
Yeah.
I was very excited because you've, even when you were playing, you still brought ideas to the table to coaches anyway, and how you could adapt sessions.
Yeah.
And so to see you come in as a player, there's a player coach, excites me to work alongside you as well.
Yeah, I think it's just fresh ideas. Isn't
Yeah.
It? Like,
You are a natural leader as
Yeah,
well.
you
You
are.
always have been.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Compliment.
How you getting over that compliment? You're right. But again, so you've gone from kids to now coaching, say, women at Ash. When you come coaching women at Ash as well, knowing that they also players playing around you, is that easier or is it more daunting? Because you're now coaching players and having a bit of a leadership that they're looking up to you a little bit more. How are you with that?
So with the younger kids, I can obviously, if they're naughty, we call it the sin bin, and
Yeah.
football terms, they sit out.
Yeah.
Because they don't sit out so they don't get involved. They just sit out whilst we explain, and then I go over to them and I'll tell them, like, that's not what is expected of you, kind of thing. And as a PE teacher, you can do that also with older kids. Like, it's not like a biggest deal. You just go over to them. But I feel like when I'm at Ash now and I'm player coach, I can't just be like, be horrible. Like, I feel horrible.
I wish you could sometimes.
I feel horrible, like, because they're my friends first.
Yeah.
Like, they're my players first. Obviously, I joined as a player, and it's only this season that I've become more of a coach kind of thing. So I feel like I can't just tell them off. Like, they're my friends. Like, it's weird. But it's also, I have to make sure that when I'm coaching, I'm also getting the respect back from them as what I'm given. That they give me the respect that I'm giving them also as players.
I think that's the hardest thing because, like you say, you're coaching them, but you also you're going to play with them during the week as well.
Yeah.
It's like a fine line, isn't it?
It is.
It's hard, yeah. It's
It
very
is
hard.
exactly that because you've got your coaching hat on and then your playing hat.
Yeah.
And what you want to take one off to put one on, kind of thing. But no, last night, the session we took last night, but I'd like to think went very well. We've got a lot of good response from it.
Yeah.
So if that's how it's going to be moving forward, then I think it's very exciting. But also, we said this before on Emma's pod for the shot. There's not a lot of female coaches coming through that we're looking to build on. So again, just having a female coach in a club is very rare.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like, obviously, when I start with the Wildcats, they're the first age group athlete, and then they go up and we put them into under 9s team. And then obviously the oldest, the whole fleet now, I think, are all from a Wildcats. They all started up to the under 18s, I expect. Some of them were in the Wildcats to start off with. So it was amazing to see like the whole bit of fleet, and now some of the kids in them teams have come from the Wildcats.
Yeah.
And now some of the mums are getting involved. I always message being like, oh, obviously if they're going up to under 9s, we need coaches, and mostly it was the dads. But now the under 9 team just created, one of the mums is getting involved, and it's so exciting.
That's so nice.
And
And
the
even
mums are getting involved too now.
yeah, and even just being like coaching kids at 5, they're already seeing female coaches around them.
Yeah,
so then you become a role model for them.
Yeah, me and Jess are the only, like, with that Wildcats is the only female only. So they start with us, and they only see female coaches. There's no men that work with Wildcats with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a role model to start off with. Their coach is a female.
So when you were young and you were playing football, Were there female coaches around, or was it just predominantly male?
Yeah, just male. I've only ever had male coaches. I've never had a female coach.
Even in management as well?
Yeah, I've never had a female coach before.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had. I think I had one at Aldershot,
Alton as well.
Alton and Aldershot Boys and Girls.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
had a female coach.
But it's weird because we spoke about this. If you look at the WSL and you look even at the top level down to our level, I could name you so many male coaches in clubs that I know managing female teams. But I can only name you one female coach managing a male team, which is
Yeah, it's
Emmy
very
Hodgkinson at Raisby. But again, it's so rare that you don't get that. And we said about it before. Why is that? It's such a niche market to get people in. So if you're coming through like yourself, and other girls see that, they might say, "I'll have a bit of that," you know.
Do you think it'll start filtering through?
It's got to.
hope
Yeah,
so.
I
Has
hope
to.
so.
Well, yeah, because one of the girls who was a wildcat at Fleet, she now helps us out. So she was once a wildcat, and now she's a helper at the Wildcats.
So they've
That's
uh,
gone full circle.
Yeah, so she's
So-
now helping out us.
What's IGF? 'Cause I hear Inspired Girls Football mentioned quite a bit in the area as well. Is that like a Wildcat, or is that something a bit
There's
more
like
senior?
an academy.
Yeah.
There's a few links off of it. I think
Okay.
there's
They have the links to their club.
girls'
don't they?
camps, and then
Yeah.
they've got IGF Academy, I think.
Yeah, I started off. I know a few Fleet players, not that I played with, but
Yeah,
in the younger age groups, was IGF was a thing.
yeah.
They went to camps and things like that. And some of
And
the
that's-
girls that I did at Wildcats,
Yeah.
they go to the IGF camps.
Yeah.
Didn't you coach at IGF a
I
little
did
bit?
a
Done
couple, I
of
did a little
sessions?
bit, but I'm not.
No, but you trained. But
Coach.
yeah,
I'm not a coach.
Yeah.
Do what Jess does.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Daddy's got a coaching hat on. You know?
No, I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nowhere.
So how far, before we move on to the second half, with your coaching, how far do you want to go? Do you want to, I know you're still in your career in football, you're still only 21, 20? 20. Do you see yourself in years to come being a football manager, or is that so far off you're just focusing on the now, or do you have aspects to go, when I finish one day, I want to coach, I want to manage?
Like a 5-year dream.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
go on,
a
let's go
big
Yeah.
question.
5 year,
5
then
year.
5 year coaching, then 10 year
Yeah.
managing, player manager. Where do you see
I guess
Jess
it
Rosser?
all comes down to where I am with my teaching career, because workload, things like that,
Yeah,
may play a big part of if I want to become a female coach or a manager. But never say never, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah, never stop your
Yeah.
dreams from happening. Put
Right, we're
anything
gonna-
out there.
We're going to come back to the second half, so we're going to have a quick break. We are looking for sponsors to fill these gaps. So if you're listening on the audio, and I give it the old, right, we're going to go to a break, and we go straight into part 2, we're looking to fill that gap. Now, we're not looking to be rich out of this at all. What we're looking to do is just, if we get a sponsor in, put that money straight back into the women's game, into women's sports. So when we had a sponsor come in last week, very kind of them. We can't name them yet because we've just got to get cleared off and ticked off, but we are putting that money then into sponsoring a player at another club. So that is what we're looking to do. So if you are looking to sponsor any episodes, any pods, just drop us a DM, send us a message, and we can fill that for you, okay? But join us in part 2 for Jess's pod.
Welcome back to part 2 of the pod. We are going to go into obstacles you have faced. So it's not always been plain sailing for yourself. You've also had struggles that you've been through as well. Do you want to take the lead on what you've been through?
Yeah, so mine wasn't particularly an injury that I went through. Mine was more health concerns, which started when I was 12, on my 12th birthday.
Oh, that's not
I know,
nice.
it wasn't great.
Oh.
So yeah, it happened when I was 12, and I was in and out of hospital, like throughout school, testing, scans, being monitored, and I was under the paediatricians at the time, and they couldn't find anything. They couldn't find a reason why all these health reasons were happening. They
Was
didn't
that
know
disrupting
why.
your school?
Yeah,
Like
so
being in and out?
sometimes I would go to school and I would have monitors on me, but sometimes I
That's
wouldn't.
really bad.
Yeah, so sometimes I wouldn't be allowed to do PE, for example, but it was all just, yeah, it was a long process, and like we say with injuries, like it's never easy. It's never,
Especially not knowing an
Sure.
answer either.
yeah. So it happened when I started when I was 12, and they didn't find a diagnosis until I was 19.
Okay.
So 7 years it took for the doctors or the hospital consultants to.
How did you feel
Amazing.
when you finally did get that answer though, after 7 years of just like constant clueless.
Yeah, so it was relieving, obviously. And yeah, basically everything that I'd been through since I was 12 all started to make sense. Every single thing that the doctor would tell me, that everything that they said, oh, this is a reason, I'm like, but now it's all coming down to it, and it all makes sense of all the struggles that I've been through since I was 12,
It's like
7 years.
All the puzzle pieces coming together.
Yeah, it all
like,
started
thank
matching
God.
up, and everything they would say, I'd be like, everything that they would say to me, I'd be like, yes, that's exactly what it's like. Yes, that's what it's like mentally and physically. Yes, that is it. Like, and then it just, when I was 19, obviously got my diagnosis, it was like, wow, everything now is making sense.
But going through any health issue as an adult for 6, 7, 8 years is hard and traumatizing in itself. To do it as a 12-year-old coming into your teens heightens that as well.
Yeah, so they all thought it was hormonal changes to start off with, which is why they didn't want to put on a diagnosis, because once you get the diagnosis, it's pretty much your life. That's what you're labelled as, which is why they didn't really want to do it, I suppose. But once you hit adult, life gets real, and they can just do that because that's your life going forward now. And 7 years is a really long time. And we said that your injury was 3 years, and that's a long time.
That's long enough.
Yeah.
Let alone 7.
Yeah, so there was a lot of hospital appointments in and out, different reasons, different hospitals.
Were you playing football then?
Yeah, so I was still playing football. So I've been playing football since I was 9 or 10. So I was playing football through it. It didn't affect my football.
Okay.
But yeah.
Was football released, obviously, just to get on the pitch and play kind of thing?
Yeah, so at football, I was just Jess. Whereas at school, everyone knew me. Like, I was in and out of hospital.
Yeah.
They didn't know what was going on, because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew what was going on. Even the people who qualified didn't know what was going on. But at football, I was just Jess. They didn't know that I was in and out, having testing done. Like, I was still having it done when I was playing football with them, but it wasn't
there's
reason.
nothing on your shoulders.
Yeah, I
You're
was just Jess.
you.
I was just being myself, and that was enough.
Yeah.
Being myself.
So you were going for this through school and then into college?
Into college. It didn't really affect me much at college. I didn't have any concerns in college. Started uni, had a concern, and went back for the same issue to the doctors, because they discharged me to start off with the hospital because they couldn't find anything that was wrong. So they were like, just must be hormonal changes, and off you go, basically, live your life. It wasn't until uni, and then obviously you're an adult now, stuff gets real. They were like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So we touched on college. Excuse me. And this is one of the interesting parts I've been looking forward to the most in this pod. You were going through your health issues at college, and you met Danni at college.
Yeah.
But you'd also played against Danni beforehand. We're going to put a photo in. If you want to see the photo of them playing against each other. But you met at college.
Yep.
That's when a friendship first formed. Okay. And we spoke about it on the first episode of this podcast. This podcast would not be happening if Danni hadn't gone through what she'd been through. There would be no her journey. There'd be no me and Danni doing this. So we mentioned on that pod that she had someone at college that helped her through some of her darkest times, and that was Jess Rosser. So as an outsider, I'd be looking forward to hearing you two just talking. I haven't got to do anything. I can just sit here and talk about how she helped you, what you did to help her, what you may have saw that she didn't see in the whole journey of this. This is on you, kids. Take your mind.
Where should we start?
Go right back.
Right back to the first day. Well, I don't remember the first day.
Leave all the boring bits out. All the good bits.
The first day, yeah, we obviously went to college with each other.
Yeah.
Were you on crutches when you arrived at college?
No, because I had surgery in second year.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we're building up to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we met at college, became friends in first year of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That
Yeah.
was the story. We played against each other. You were playing for Alton at the time.
Yeah.
And it was my second game for Fleet Women.
Okay.
We didn't even really know each other that
Not
well.
really. We'd only been there for a month.
But like, Jess, you're playing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, Danni, I'm playing against you.
Yeah. I think it was like that though.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
I don't
we didn't
think
really know each other
no.
that well. It was only a month in, and obviously there was, I don't know, 20 other people in the class to get to know.
Yeah.
Um,
Doing the icebreakers and
oh
everything
yeah,
like
those
that.
silly icebreakers. What was yours again?
Oh god, mine was I dislocated my baby toe on a washing bag.
How you did that, I do not understand.
I don't know, but I went to go and put something in the washing machine. Next thing I know,
Your little toe, your big toe.
my baby toe, they're not
Oh.
all like this.
I didn't even know that could dislocate, surely.
I don't know, I looked down and it was like off in
Okay.
the other direction.
We had to
But I
think of different
panicked and I
ones.
just pushed it back in.
Oh, okay. So it was the easy fix then.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
That's not for anyone who
That
that is
wasn't
not
Danny,
medical
Dave.
advice here. Do not take Danny's medical advice. So obviously you're putting your toes back together.
Yeah.
And everything, okay.
What was yours actually though?
I could ride a unicycle.
Yeah, well that's
You can
good.
ride a unicycle.
Yeah,
We
okay.
should
So
put that
clip.
video in as well. That video is going in as well. Danny riding a unicycle.
Done it.
Yes, riding a unicycle.
She
Oh,
has
you
tried
need
to
to
ride.
do it. Yeah.
It's like, it was like hold your to life. It was like
She
this.
couldn't do it.
So you've put your toes back together. You've got off the unicycles. How did you two start forming a bond in regards to your surgery? Did you know that you were going to go for surgery? Was
Well, that's skipping to second year, yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, in first year, I was in pain.
Yeah.
Like when we were doing our like lessons.
Yeah.
So I'm just in so much pain. Like even running, all of this. I think I have my knee brace with me sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, it was just a load of pain. But I think first year was very normal.
Yeah,
I'd say-
it was news for everyone, really, like everything.
Yeah,
Like,
but
college
even
in
first year
general,
was
but-
nice.
Yeah.
That's
Exciting.
so exciting.
Don't get
But-
us.
But I think we enjoyed first year
Yeah,
as
first
much as
year
you
was
can
good.
enjoy education.
Yeah.
But then I think second year it just went downhill for both of us.
Yeah, it took
Really?
a toll, didn't it, really?
Tell us why. How?
Obviously because of my surgery
Yeah.
and everything. I think I must have. It was what month was it? Like I must have been like I really need to go to the hospital and everything. We had
Yeah.
our last fleet game.
Yeah,
together.
Danny came and played for friendly with Fleet.
Yeah, my first fleet
And
game,
then
and it was the last.
It was the last, first and last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the first
you spoke about
team
that
we
when
played
did
together.
together first
before.
game.
So
Which
you
was
didn't
like
play a lot
20
of women's
minutes.
football.
No,
Okay.
I did about.
One season, didn't you?
I think I did 3 years
Oh,
Yeah.
you started
At-
early, didn't you?
at
as well?
Alton,
Okay.
early doors, but yeah, that was pain.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
That was our only like being on the same team
Yeah.
was one match.
Yeah, and then for me personally, obviously you didn't have your surgery till March time.
Yeah.
But when I knew that Danny was properly struggling was probably around January, because we had our exams and I had no message from Danny and she didn't turn up to her exam and I knew something was going on. That's when you like when
Like radio
in
silent.
my brain I thought Danny's not okay here. Danny needs help. Like, and I
Yeah.
think also around that time is that when did you go to Newcastle? Was it with your family when your mum
Must have been January.
yeah, was it the same
I
month?
think. Yeah, but I remember
Around the same
January
time.
being
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, so that's when I probably realised that you
Yeah, because I
were struggling with your knee.
Yeah, and obviously they like not even like block people out. It was like I just can't deal with people right now.
Yeah.
And
Did you know that Jess was aware that something was wrong?
no, I didn't
'Cause-
even know she was aware of it until we
I just
sort of
said it.
yeah until
Until now.
yeah. It's like January time. I didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that.
Well, also it's also because Danny didn't like. You don't like the anticipation thing, so quite
Mm-mm.
like me.
Yeah.
So if I would message you, "Are you coming in?" I just know that's an extra pressure on Danny to
Mhm.
think, "Oh no, Jess wants me to come in. I need to come in."
yeah.
So that's why I didn't ever give you the extra pressure of
Mhm.
messaging you. "Are you coming in today? Are you coming in today?" I just, if you were there, you were there.
Mhm.
If you weren't in college, you weren't in college. Like,
Yeah, and obviously I was like, I need to be there because it was always got to be there for Jess. Got to be in there for
that's
Jess.
so silly.
No, no, but it's happened now. But
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
never the case in my mind. I just wanted you to be okay, obviously.
yeah, well, I wasn't, but
Yeah.
it was.
And then you
It's
had
nice.
your surgery.
Yeah, in March, and then it was still rough.
Yeah.
There was still like, okay, I did have it in Easter break.
Yeah, I remember
Easter
sometimes you would
holiday.
come and watch me play at Fleet
Yeah, I did.
with your mum,
On yeah,
and she was
um,
on crutches and she had her leg out, and it was all like.
But there was a video of you
Feel this
walking
bit
through
of my
water
leg.
crutches.
yeah,
Yeah.
We used
right,
to go up the
seen that.
lift. Oh, great! We were on the top floor in college,
Yeah.
and because she kicked up the stairs, I used to go in the lift. And that was the best time.
Yeah.
That was a creepy lift, actually.
yeah. No, that video that you're on about,
Yeah.
the one walking, you hate that video.
You
You dislike it.
I dislike it because it's not the Danni I know.
No.
I've never seen you like that, and it's when I see it the first
There's
time,
nothing
I was
there.
like, no, it
Like,
was just
Oh,
it was
hello. When you went on.
it wasn't very. It was so for me. It was a hard watch. But you would have seen that firsthand multiple times. Would you like in regards to seeing Danni after surgery?
Yeah.
Seeing what she was like and everything.
Yeah, there was times
And that
where,
become your norm. That was your normal life.
yeah, but it was up and down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I'd be coming in with crutches.
Yeah, you used to get dropped off at college and then I'd take you home.
Yeah.
Used to climb my seat all the way back so she could put her leg
So
in.
on that, this
Yes.
is perfect. How much did Jess used to do for you? With that, did she realize? Did you realize how much
So
she was doing
much.
for you? That so she didn't know.
So much without even me having to be like, oh, can you do this or something like that. It was just like, yeah, I'll just do it. Like without even having to say anything. So even just like the lifts home, like just checking in. Like not a lot of people would be like, are you actually okay, because you knew how mentally low I was. I'd be like trying to mask it a little bit at college, but obviously you knew inside my head it was obviously like, yeah, you're lying right now, but
yeah, but I wasn't ever going to bring it up to you, be like, Danni, come on now, like that's not what I was going to do. I obviously just, if you needed me and you wanted to talk to me, I'd be there, but I wouldn't. I'm more of a person of, oh, if you're really struggling, come to me. I'm not going to tell you that you're struggling, because I don't think even at that time you knew that you were struggling.
No.
So I wasn't going to be like, Danni, by the way, you're really struggling. Yeah. Like I wasn't going to do that.
Be like, why are you calling that out?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I didn't know what you were thinking.
Yeah.
It was never a conversation that we had. I never said to Danni, I think you're struggling here. I knew myself, and if you ever think anything was to go wrong, I would obviously be there for you.
Yeah.
And you would do the same to me.
How did you know? What was it signed? Was it lack of contact? Was it just the way when you were seeing her? It was you just see what she wanted herself? Because we all know Danni's been this loud, laughy, crazy self. I'm assuming there was not a lot of that at all.
No, she was when you came to college, she was fine. Normal Danni. That's the
There's never normal Danni.
No,
It's
like,
a Danni we know.
Danni we know. Like energetic Danni, like
energetic Danni, yeah, not normal
like,
Danni.
She always put a mask on, but it was more of the you didn't really, I don't know how to explain it really. Like you were your normal self when you were with you, but I feel like it was when you're not with someone or when you're by yourself, it's when it probably hits.
Yeah, that is what it was.
Yeah.
But even I found as second year got on, I was like, okay, we're getting into a routine now. I came in a lot more to college, and during like the exams, I did not do the second exams.
No, you didn't do the second year exams, but you did all your assignments.
This is what I was going on to.
Okay.
This is exactly what I was going on to. Because I was in such a bad mental headspace, I was not pushing myself to be like, I can push myself to get the higher grades for the assignments. And you're there going, just do it. And we went round your house that afternoon, remember? And you're like, see, the teachers brought me into the office being like, this is what you're getting. At the minute, you're getting a pass. And I was like, that's fine. I'm getting a pass. And normally I'm like, oh, I want to push for the distinctions, everything. But I was just not there. And I was like, just give me a pass. Yeah. I'm not going to push myself.
That really hurt me, kind of, her just saying, I just want to pass. Because first year, Danni was not wanting a pass. She didn't settle for anything less. Like, you wanted a distinction all the time. For you to say that you just wanted a pass, I was like, no, Danni, you can do it. Like, it was just, I remember sitting with you and being like, this is what you need. This is what you need to add to get a merit. This is what you need to add to get a distinction. Sometimes it was just a sentence.
Yeah, it was that. But I was like, I can't be.
She was like, oh, it's just a pass, it's fine.
Yeah.
Why did you want just a pass?
Because I wasn't there. I was like, get this done as soon as I can, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
But
which is crazy because with the pod and with the prep and when you do your meetings with Rebecca and everything, you are so focused on everything being meticulous and getting to the top at making it where you best you want to be.
So the Danni now is not the
I know,
Danni doing that, because I was like bare minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah. But and then we went that afternoon and you were like, no, sit down.
Yeah,
you got your laptop out, I got my laptop out, and you were like, let's go through all the
we had a lot of data that we needed to collect as well, and also you weren't there to collect it. So our lecturer was like, Danni, just use Jess's data. So you give me my data and you'd be like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
No, I'd have to explain it.
But then that afternoon that we worked on the assignments, we had lunch and all of that, really sticks in my head as a moment. all the time. I'm like,
Really?
that was probably a day where I was like, you probably saved my results. Like, honestly, because I was like, oh, pass, it's fine.
Mhm.
The day we got our results, I was on holiday in Spain with my whole family. And I was like, oh, results day. I'm expecting just to pass.
Mm.
And then the results came in and I was like, oh, distinction, or whatever I got.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God you like sat me down and was like, no, do it.
Yeah.
Because
But I
otherwise
knew
you
it
would have
had hit you, though.
regret not sitting down and actually just doing it. But that is one of the days where I'm like, probably saved my college days.
So if, say you've never been friends with Jess, say
Yeah.
Jess didn't turn up, how hard would that have been for you to get through what you got through without having the support of Jess, like you say?
Oh, I wouldn't have got through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. From how hard college was, if Jess wasn't there, I wouldn't have got through it at all. So.
How does that make you feel hearing that, though?
Yeah, it's nice, obviously. But I always think the same
But you
thing.
do it-
Like, college for me was Danni.
Yeah.
Danni was at college. Like,
Yeah.
when I think of college, I think of Danni.
Oh.
Like, you made, as much as you say, I made your college experience, you made mine too.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't understand how actual proud I am of you for
So
everything
proud
that
of
went
you,
through.
Jess.
I'm trying to be nice here. You're just joking.
Danny can't take a compliment. Yeah.
Do
So is it, I mean, you speak about it, this is probably the first time you sat down and gone
But said it like this.
deep in it and going,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
actually, we're going to be nice and go,
Oh, we're not very
You-
serious people.
no, I know,
No.
very much so that. But sit down and just for that 10 seconds and go, I needed you in college. And you're like, I
Mhm.
needed you. And
Yeah.
between you got yourselves through that
Mhm.
with what you were going through, what you're going through as well. And that's why your friendship is probably so strong now, because you've been through each other in your lowest of lows, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, like I didn't understand what was going on with your knee. You didn't
Mhm,
understand what was
no.
going on with me. We both didn't understand what was going on with each other's bodies, but
Mhm.
we had something in common that we could get know about each other. Like
Yeah.
we both knew that we were both struggling.
Just there.
Yeah.
Like, there were times where didn't have to say anything, but we're there together.
yeah, we used to
through
just
it.
sit on the floor in college.
Yeah.
Just on our phones, like
Yeah.
just being someone being present with you in that moment. that
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they're there for me, even if they're not physically there.
So this is how key then you're, even after college, right? So you go to uni, you go your separate ways. This pod still didn't happen until obviously you'd mentioned Danny's name a couple of times last season, saying, oh, what about, I've got a player you might want called Danny.
Oh
He's a
my gosh.
striker. Yeah, and that come up a couple of times. And
I won't take the what's it called?
Credit?
Credit. My dad.
Oh, your
All
dad,
my
yeah.
dad, yeah.
Shout out Jason. I know he's a listener. Subscribe, Jason. Click that subscribe button. But yeah, your dad mentioned a couple of times, and it's just throwaway comments. And that was at the start of the season, mid-season, and it wasn't towards the end of the season that you come to do a training session with ourselves.
Yeah,
A couple.
Time, isn't it?
But even then, you weren't so sure whether you're going to sign and what you were going to do, whether you're going to
No.
play again.
Because
You
yeah,
still weren't like
There.
100% really. I
No.
don't
No.
think
and
because
confidence.
sometimes I'd message you about it and you're like, I'm not trying to think about training tonight. I'm just
Yeah.
Mhm.
I went
Yeah.
and then I remember Ben saying, "Does Danny come tonight?" I'm like, I don't know, I've not messaged her. She'll turn up. If she turns up, like she'll be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I never put the pressure on you.
No.
The
you
same
never
with
do.
college. Like I never messaged you. You coming in today at football. I never said anything because
Mhm.
for you personally, I knew that it was you would come.
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit ill today
Mm.
because I was just putting a reason out there because I was just like, I tried to get back into football before Ash, and it didn't work out,
Mm.
and then obviously not you putting the pressure on, but knowing you were there.
Yeah.
I was like, I know someone at Ash. I know you know everything that I've been through. So if
Yeah.
I turn up and I'm not feeling great, I don't have to say anything, but someone's there to
Yeah. It was more of the case of
rely on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like we were there
Yeah.
for each other. I was at uni first year, so no second year. I was
Yeah.
back.
No, I was saying, you were like, oh, is Danny going to come back if Jess has gone to uni?
I was just about. So this is my thing. Obviously, when I knew you go back to uni, and I'd seen Dan in a couple of sessions, I was like,
on Easter time. Cause
yeah, and I was like, how am I going to get her to sign anyway with Jess going back? And then we'd done the whole England, watching England
Mhm.
Euros and everything.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
And that was more of a clicking thing, and you brought in Chertsey, so Chertsey
Yeah.
gets a
Yeah.
mention. And that's sort of the start of it. But again, you could have, excuse me, you could have gone, I don't fancy signing for Ash, gone another way,
Mhm.
and we wouldn't be sitting there now.
No.
none of this would happen.
Yeah.
It's those sliding door moments.
Yeah, me and Danny always spoke about playing with each other.
Yeah,
Obviously, we
we
played
always,
against each other, and we always said that we wanted to play with each other. So I think also when I started new at Ash, and Danny obviously didn't have a team at the time, and I think obviously my dad was mentioning Danny quite a bit.
Yeah.
Every other weekend, Danny would have scored that. Danny would have scored that.
Especially put me up front, Danny defo would have scored that.
No. Whoa. You scored last season.
Oh, come on now.
You scored last season.
I
Let's
wouldn't
not
even
have-
call
it.
You
Top
scored
bins.
a top bins banging goal. Let's not have that right, okay?
Put the clip in.
Yeah,
No,
we need to.
yeah.
I want to put the clip in. Put the
No,
clip in.
you
But so yeah, this wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for you two keeping that friendship and keeping coming on further.
Yeah, I think it also really strengthened our friendship as well because obviously I was at uni for.
I didn't see you for a long
We
time.
didn't see each other for a year
Really?
or so
Mhm.
because I was so busy at uni. I think my first year we had a Nando's for Christmas, but
Yeah.
that was one time in a few.
And you think how much we speak now, there were times where it would be a while where we didn't speak.
Well, I think how many Nando's you both have now together.
Yeah, we love a Nando's.
Oh, Nando's, the refills.
On my bingo card is having more girly dates with Danny.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. It's not a bad thing to have.
No.
So we're going to move on now to guest questions. We were quite shocked at the amount of questions that come through for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We must have had, I think, apart from Muchie, you were the next person to get the most come through, nearly 40 odd questions. So the first one's come from Grace Kircher. We mentioned a question earlier, but this question, which I loved, was what advice would you give girls in sport?
I would give advice. I would say be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your biggest superpower is just being yourself. I think that could be for anyone, not just specifically girls. As long as you're happy, follow that smile. Follow the smile. If you seem to find that you're losing that smile, you're losing it, move on. There's always another door that will open for you.
It's not a bad answer
That's
at
a
all.
really good answer.
So the second one I had come in, we've already done one from Grace, is your most memorable game at Ash.
My most memorable game at Ash.
That coming from Dan, who was your manager last season, the first half of this season.
Probably when we played South Park for the first time last season.
You had a worldie that game.
South Park away.
Yeah.
It was. The game before we played Oxted, and it was my first ever start. And then because I played well in the Oxted game,
You didn't start before then?
No, Oxted was my
She was
first
on the
start.
bench.
She was on the bench for one game. 2 games, 3 games. I was breaking her in slowly to the team.
And then all of a sudden I started playing 90 minutes. I was also breaking in.
That's how good you were. I was like, what have we done here? Get her starting every game.
Yeah, so the South Park game, because obviously you noticed how, I think that was nice because in the Oxford game you'd noticed me, and then the South Park game I got the recognition. I played the South Park game and you guys were like, whoa. I got player of the match as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
We felt bad for leaving her on the bench for 3 games.
But
Yeah.
I had player of the match for the Oxford game, so it was the second week in a row. And you
Oh,
said you've never done
We've
that.
never done that. Remember, we were saying, we can't give it to her again. We're like, but she's the best player. That's what
My
it
arms
is.
grew so long that game, the amount of throwing.
Oh, yeah, you were winding your arms up to throwing.
Yeah.
But then after that, we played Milford. You had a worldie at Milford against.
My favourite bit of South Park was when I got the ball from like our half and I ran like all of it, and then I looked up to like cross the ball in, and no one was there because everyone thought, "What's she still doing with the ball?" Like no one thought I'd still be running with the ball.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to shoot." And then I looked up and I thought, all I had in my brain was Dan and Blaine going, "Shoot across the keeper, shoot across where the keeper stood," because she was in the near post. So I was like, "You can't shoot
Yeah.
to the near post." I was like, "I have to go across the keeper," and I was like, and then I just like kicked the floor.
Yeah, when we see you running, we're like, who's that? We're like, what's Jess doing? What's going with Jess there?
And I looked up and no one was there. And I thought, did they not believe us?
They were waiting for you to fall over so they could get back and cover you. But no, you do some mazy little runs, to be fair, when you pick the ball up. You need to be playing up front a little bit more.
Well, I do ask.
You do ask every game.
Yeah, but that was probably the most memorable game for me, the South Park game.
Have you got the one from Jess's mum on yours? If not, I think it's on my phone. Come this morning. If not, do your questions and I'll find it now.
So we always ask, what's your footballing high and your footballing low?
My footballing high, I think. There's been moments, obviously, like, I don't really know. There's no one that proper stands out as a, like, something that I've done or achieved or whatever. It's obviously nice to play with your friends. I feel like being as a team, like that's a high in itself. Like all coming together in the change rooms, and you've always got one thing in common, and that is football.
Yeah.
You're all from completely different backgrounds,
Mhm.
and you all gone through different things in your life. So just being around people, is that footballing high? It's not
Can
like
be
it's
whatever.
not like a moment
This is
on the
your
pitch,
thing.
Yeah.
but like being around people that you know love the same thing as you.
Yeah, that's a good.
We
one.
spoke about it earlier in the day. Do you remember? Because we got Sophie Kirk coming on next week, mental health in sports, and we were speaking about how important it is to feel the same vibe that everyone around you and be in that sort of community sporting environment, and people thrive off of that.
Yeah.
Footballing low.
Yeah. What's your? It doesn't have to be a low, but low.
Doing a flow on a song.
Low.
We'll just put in low.
Footballing low. This is a hard one because I've not really had many moments, but probably I'm not going to bring it up again, and don't feel bad about it. But not getting the recognition that you know that you deserve. As in, like, when I did come to Ash, obviously I was a new player, you didn't really know me that well, but I never got chance to showcase what I could do.
Yeah.
So it's hard as a player, and this could be for anyone, like, not getting the recognition you deserve is hard, and you feel
Why
like
did you feel you did? Did you feel like the management at the time had other players in there? Were you...
Yeah, you could say that, I suppose. There was we've never had favoritism, like, that's what I love about Ash. There's no, like, oh, she's playing because she's my favourite, or she's captain because she's been in longest. Like, we've never had that, which is why I feel like we're all so close. We all get each other. But it's more of coming to a new team. You have to make your mark.
Yeah.
You have to show what you're about. So maybe that. But then again, I knew that it wasn't going to be a long time thing because in my head I was like,
you back yourself.
You have to back yourself, and I feel like that's a good advice for people. Back yourself. Know what you can do, and know how far you can go with it.
I think this is brilliant for any young females in sport, that when you get your opportunity, take it.
Yeah, run
because
with it.
I think if the Oxford game, we cut the players out, so we started yourself, and then you went, do you know what, I'm going to show you, rather than rather than sulk or anything, you went, when my time comes, I'm going to have it, and you're going to go, I told you so.
That's the best thing you can do.
Brilliant. Yeah. And since then, Jess has been, obviously, she's started every game last season, or played most games. And to the point now where this is how much of a valued person Jess is in our squad, that Jess will also come back for games from Brighton, play the game, and go back to Brighton again, because that's how committed she is to a team. So when you get Jess, you get all of that as a package as well.
And I love doing it. Like, there's no question. If you were ever to message me, happened last season as well as this season, that I'm really low on numbers, please can you come back? Of course.
Yeah.
You just need to ask the question, and it's never going to be...
And we've been very grateful for that, because there have been games this season where we have been short, and we'd be like, Jess, I need you. She's like, fine. I'll be there. I'll be there. We did have a question from Mama Rosser. Okay. Mama Rosser has said, what is the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome to get to this point in life?
I would say... Oh, this is a hard question. My big
being on the bench for Ash.
No. Probably going through everything that I've been through in my whole life. It's never been easy. Going from playing, obviously, with like youth teams, going up to women's team, making your mark, that's a hard thing to do. But also doing it whilst no one knows what you're going through personally is also a hard obstacle to overcome.
Yeah.
Because people don't know, sometimes people don't know anything. Like, you're going through something in your own life and you're turning up to football and you're being someone completely different. And I feel like that's an obstacle itself to overcome, something that it's hard to explain that no one knows.
Yeah.
It's an obstacle that no one else has seen, that you're constantly going up and down. And
you put on this mask when you come to football, just go, look, this is what I'm going to show you, because I don't want to show you the other bits I want to keep to myself.
But you're also so nice to everyone. So everyone's just like, oh, Jess is like got all this energy, makes everyone smile at training, whereas inside it might not always be like that, but you never let it show anyone.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm out of it. Like, I'm out of the times where I used to be up and down. Like, I don't have to put on a mask anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. But that all come from being around people that you know love and can be there for you.
Yeah. What else you got?
I've got it's a teacher one, because you're obviously going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
What's one thing every PE teacher should have in their bag?
Oh, okay. A whistle, obviously. You need your whistle. That's normally around your neck though, on your lanyard. That's what I always have, or in your pocket. This is a really rogue one. Spare socks,
Okay.
because if your feet get wet and you're out in the rain,
You take that.
you need another pair of
Don't wear
socks.
feet. I hate
Yeah,
wet feet.
like bring the extra pair of socks or
Yeah.
bring the extra layer
Yeah.
because you never know what the weather's going to do. And hairbands, because girls always forget to put their hair up.
That's true. Got another one. What's your go-to song before a game?
Free from desire.
We're
not
not put us in a room with Pitch Perfect.
Oh my god. She's like, everybody's got a
When I
voice.
come into the
Sorry,
changing
bad
room,
singing.
when I come into the changing room for a game, there's music. I'm like, what is this?
Or even like before.
Oh, training last night. Oh, we
Training.
were going for it.
Yeah, I could hear you coming. I was coming into training. I could hear you from the main road.
We just have Pitch Perfect on.
Yeah, that's
one of
fast.
Danny's
Yeah.
songs.
That was more you.
Love
I could hear you singing that out loud.
Put the windows down. You're like, what's going on? Like,
Is that
"Oh."
There was a
Cat
disco
being
going on in
raised.
the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my watch pinged up saying like loud environment.
I've just been around Danny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
We're having it. What else you got?
That's it. That was all the questions.
So I've got one that I want to ask you as well. We mentioned him on the pod earlier, Jason, your father.
Yeah.
How much of an important person has he been in your life? Because I know when he watches a game of football, he has opinions, and he will give his opinions, whether you want to hear them or not. He will give his opinions on the game, the team. When you get home, does he give you opinions on his performance? Has he helped coach you to where you need to be? Because have you played under him before when he's coached? Tell me about the relationship with you and your dad and how football means to you, because I know you go to Man United games and you do the football tours, you go to England games. How much has that been a relationship that you've grown with as your father watching games?
I feel like me and my dad wouldn't be as close as we would be if we didn't have football. He played football when he was younger. My mum used to go and watch my dad play. My brother played football. My dad was my brother's manager
Okay.
for my brother's team. And Tracy mentioned Joe, her son.
Yes,
brother.
yeah, Frank's brother.
Joe played for my dad, so we've all had that kind
That
of
football
experience.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, Dad comes to all my games.
I've
He
never known him
always
miss a game.
Yeah. Apart from one game when I was younger, he got a red card from the ref because he was having a go at the ref.
That doesn't sound like Jason to have a bit of a voice.
Because you only had one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's from my game, personally. I can't say my brother's, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. He always, like, for my birthday, he's taken me to watch Man United Women.
Okay.
Up in Manchester, obviously, and we're staying and doing the hospitality things up
Decent.
there.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a big role model, I'd say, in football. Not that I've watched him play,
Yeah.
but he's always there. He always shows up.
Gives you support,
things like
coaching.
And same with my mum, that they're always both there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a nice unit though, to
No,
have
it
that
is.
as well?
Like I always see them on the sidelines.
Mhm.
Shelly Jason.
They don't give me like grief. They don't say, "Oh, you've played badly." Like
Yeah.
maybe when I was younger, but not now because it's just I play football for fun. Like that's the main thing for me is I'm doing it because I enjoy it.
Yeah. What a nice way to end the
That's
pod.
a nice way.
For everybody, that was her journey. That was her story. That was Jess's pod. Like I say, if you are enjoying these videos, please feel free to click the back catalogue. Please click subscribe, okay? Rebecca keeps going on at me. Get them to subscribe. Apparently it means something in the YouTube world. I don't know.
Click the
But listen,
notification bell.
click the notification
Yeah.
bell. Shout your friends. Knock on the neighbours' doors. Tell them to watch it, okay? But listen, thank you very much, Jess, for coming on. I've been Blaine Conway.
I've been Danny Parsons.
Bosh!